We swim a lot. Tom knew that I knew. Don't pay attention to what everyone else says. What matters is what you think. It's nice to see you again after so many years. Please give me one last chance. I love my school. I opened the door with a master key. The soldiers were filthy, and they stank. Tom has a dazzling smile.
A government doesn't always represent its people, even though it should.
We don't need these rules. Tom doesn't usually disobey his parents. Do you sell pre-owned computers? Do you have my phone number? Do you want me to stay with you? I'm planning on being there for a week. My father bought me books. Can you speak faster? The treasure was stolen by pirates. Nobody knows what this cost me. You should leave your comfort zone more often. The free version of the app contains ads. Call me back on my home phone. Don't you think you're asking too many questions? I read your book. It was really interesting. Sit here, please. So, are you going or not? Although Tom has had far too much to drink, he's ordering another. Having been invited, Tom and Mary felt obliged to go. All you have to do is press this button. We hardly ever met each other. I like being punctual. A fire started in the upper part of the cathedral. Tom will give me the money next week. I tripped over a tree root and fell. I'm going to school now. I've read most of these books already. Tom is still limping. That should do. A group of about 40 counter-protesters showed up to the rally. We're off to the park. Jesus Christ was born in Bethlehem. Jesus was born during the reign of Herod. Will you show me what you've bought? We're not monsters. Why are taxis usually yellow? Give it a go. Are you a Christian? Tom got on his motorbike and rode off. The lake eventually froze over. No matter what happens, we'll always be together. Sit yourself down, Tom. I've made you some tea. Didn't you have class today? The internet can either destroy you or help you grow. It depends on how you use it. Tom is going all out to get it finished by 2:30. The library is on the first floor. Tom cultivates orchids. Tom grows orchids. Tom is scared to ask for help. Tom rolled up his trouser legs, making his bright red socks visible. I still think it's a scam. Tom left this at my house. I never doubted you for a second. We're old men now. Tom has no business savvy at all. It's unlikely that that would happen. Tom hates rap music. Tom sat on the sofa watching TV. A fortune teller told me that I'd meet my future wife in Boston. I don't usually wear a suit to work. Last month was a blur. Tom was able to start a fire with a magnifying glass. The light in the room was a bit dim. Tom was smoking a hand-rolled clove cigarette. How much does that come to? We don't have time to indulge in sentimentality. We need to be more careful in the future so this doesn't happen again. Tom despises you. I like apples better than oranges. Tom glanced up from his console. We need to dispose of these chemicals properly. Tom forgot to latch the pool gate. Our profits will surpass last year's. Tom examined the map with a magnifying glass. We're accountants. Tom knew I knew. What makes you think that everyone is conspiring against you? Tom headed east. Do you have any lamb ribs? Of course we'll help you. Tom fell behind. Not all of those men are doctors. Tom's idea isn't a very good one. This garbage really stinks. Tom untied the knot and removed the gag. All commercial goods and packages from abroad go through customs. I may need someone to help me salvage my political career. Tom smothered his son with a pillow. We live near the river. Tom had a scowl on his face.